PTR's Valuation Scorecard focuses on Builders FirstSource's potential stock price performance relative to its peer group. Three key drivers of value, growth, profitability, and risk, are analyzed. Builders FirstSource manufactures and supplies building materials, manufactured components, and construction services to professional home builders, subcontractors, remodelers, and consumers in the United States. It offers lumber and lumber sheet goods comprising dimensional lumber, plywood, and oriented strand board products that are used in on-site house framing, manufactured products such as wood floor and roof trusses and steel roof trusses, wall panels, stairs, and engineered wood products, and windows and interior and exterior door units, as well as interior and exterior trims and custom products under the Sinboard brand name. Builders FirstSource is traded on the New York Stock Exchange with the ticker BLDR. On July 19th, the company closed trading at $144.32 with a market cap of $18.5 billion. Welcome to Price Target Research. I'm John Lafferty. Key Builders FirstSource characteristics are its high financial strength, very high profitability, above average expected growth, and its stability. A big positive influence on the company's valuation is its superior risk profile. At the current price of $144, what is the market's view of Builders FirstSource's future operating performance? To achieve annual average stock market performance of 9% over the next 6 years, shares will need to reach $242. To achieve upper quartile performance, the company's stock will need to reach $285 by 2028. The quartile chart is an essential tool in producing PTR's valuation scorecard. For each metric included, performance of a company in its peer group is ranked high to low and quartiles identified. The high end of the bar is top quartile, the bottom end is low quartile, and the line in the middle is median performance. The company's value is determined and converted to a percentile and also plotted with a red dot. Quartile charts are used to help define a company's investment profile. 12 investment variables are used in the analysis, arranged into 4 categories: valuation, growth, profitability, and risk. Instances in which Builders' relative position is either top or bottom quartile help to give the company its personality or its investment profile. Builders' investment profile is very sharply outlined. A large number of characteristics stand out. Low dividend yield, high historical profitability, high financial strength, high stock price volatility, low expected growth, and high historical growth are all extremes. Relative to the S&P 500, Builders FirstSource has both growth and value characteristics. Its appeal is likely to be to capital gain-oriented investors. Builder is of the highest investment quality. Its valuation is moderate with its low dividend yield, moderate PE, and moderate price-book ratio, reflecting neutral investor expectations. Builders FirstSource's peer group consists of 14 companies that have very similar investment and operating characteristics. The company has high valuation and leading shareholder returns. The current valuation levels are high relative to the peer group. Recent market returns have significantly outperformed the Builders FirstSource peer group. Relative to the S&P 500, Builders' overall valuation is low. Highest factor, the ratio of enterprise value to assets, is above median. The price equity ratio is slightly above median. The PE ratio is lower quartile. And finally, the lowest factor, the ratio of enterprise value to revenue, is lower quartile. Current annual total return performance from the company of 153% is upper quartile relative to the S&P 500 and is superior. Current 5-year total return performance on an annualized basis is also upper quartile relative to the S&P 500. Builders FirstSource's past growth is very high. Its historical growth has been high relative to the peer group, and its forecasted growth is also relatively high. Equity growth, revenue growth, asset growth, and earnings growth have all been superior. These factors avoid market perceptions of Builders FirstSource. At the moment, we have no consensus growth rate forecast for the company. Our own growth rate forecast is 15%, which is substantially below the average of the historical growth measures. Pre-tax return on assets, pre-tax margin, and return on equity are group leading. These factors have strengthened market expectations for Builders FirstSource. The company has high excess cash, however, and will have to work hard to reinvest that cash at attractive returns to support the profitability and valuation. Our return on equity forecast is 21.6%, significantly below our recent forecast. The return on equity for the company has been erratic between 2014 and 2022, but little changed. We're significantly below the 2014 peak of 40% with our forecasts, however. Risk profile has been Builders' biggest valuation strength. Its risk profile is very favorable. Overall variability has been only average, with only average revenue variability, very low EPS variability, and somewhat above average stock price volatility. Financial strength is relatively very high, and earnings expectations are relatively very high. The debt to capital ratio for the company has also declined very significantly in recent periods. The earnings score measures the recent trend in earnings expectations for a company. A high score indicates a very positive trend in expectations, while a low score signals eroding expectations. Builders' earnings score is 93. That score is relatively very high and a very favorable characteristic. Relative to the Builders FirstSource peer group, the company's wealth creation profile is very favorable. Profile is based on measures of warranted value, appreciation potential, and total shareholder returns. The recent trend in Builders' market value is 74%. This rate of change is relatively very high. Builders' appreciation score is 48. This score is about average, resulting in only an average contribution to its overall wealth profile. As mentioned earlier, the one-year total return from Builders of 153% is upper quartile and very superior. And similarly, its 5-year annualized total return of 49% is upper quartile and also superior relative to the market. Builders' total shareholder returns are expected to seriously beat the overall equity market in coming periods. Based on current investor expectations, the company's shares should reach a level of $285 by 2028, a 12% per year total shareholder return. A 2028 stock price of $242 would reflect median performance, and a price of $285 would be required to reach upper quartile performance. PTR's value trend rating is the overall measure of a stock's attractiveness relative to a universe of all companies traded on North American exchanges. The value trend rating combines the appreciation score that measures a stock's appreciation potential relative to the universe, with 0 being the lowest score and 100 the highest, and the power rating that measures its current timeliness, again with 0 being the lowest and 100 the highest. High value trend ratings reflect relatively high levels for each of these measures. Low value trend ratings result from low levels for each. Stocks with high value trend ratings are expected to outperform the general market, while low value trend rating stocks should underperform. Builders FirstSource has a current value trend rating of A, which is our highest rating. The value trend rating consists of inconsistent signals, however, from our 2 proprietary measures of attractiveness. The company has a neutral appreciation score of 48, but a very high power rating of 100, and the high value trend rating results. The value trend rating identifies groups of companies at stages when individual company performance is reflecting significant underlying change. As a consequence, a given value trend rating can persist for a relatively long period of time. It is important, however, that the ratings be regularly reviewed for specific stocks of interest. Builders' rating history has been quite stable. Over the last 41 months, the stock has been A or B rated 98% of the months. During the full 41-month period beginning March of 2020, the stock began as A and is A currently. In the recent period beginning August 2021 and ending July 2023, Builders FirstSource value trend rating rose from B to A. Well, that's a wrap for the Builders FirstSource Valuation Scorecard. You can find additional company research and current value trend ratings on our website at pricetargetresearch.com and more videos on youtube.com/pricetargetresearch.